Hey, what's going on? I am Jared. You're watching TVU's Most Wanted. Welcome back. I told you we were going to have a legend on the show today, and a legend we have on the show, Sonny from P.O.D. Sonny, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Thank you for that intro.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You're kind of legendary when it comes to rock and roll. I mean, if we're being honest, I've interviewed a lot of people, and for instance, Red, every time I talk to them, they say, when we see P.O.D. play, they're absolutely incredible. They're standing there getting chills on the side of the stage.
Awesome.
So you're legendary, man. Speaking of Red, you guys just got done touring with Red and Brian Head Welch, Icon for Hire. How was that?
It was awesome, man. It was short but sweet. You know, we did a lot of weekend radio shows, but we were allowed to fill in the weekdays with some small, intimate shows. So it was awesome, man. We love all those guys. Yeah,
really cool. You said you played some small, intimate shows in between. What were those like?
You know what, man? We took some time off, so we're back on the grind. You know what I mean? It's work. You get spoiled. You have 65,000 people at these big rock and roll radio shows, and you pack in these little small clubs, you know. And so it's just us getting back out there on the street.
Yeah, right on, man. I was very excited about that tour. Some amazing bands on that tour. What was one of your favorite little clubs that you got to play during that run?
I would say Baltimore was pretty fun. You know, it was a nice, small, cool venue. It was packed out, but HR from the Bad Brains actually showed up in our dressing room when we got there, and he hung out all day long, and he actually performed a song with us. So that was awesome.
Man, that is absolutely incredible. Very cool stuff. Now, you got to hang out with all of those bands for copious amounts of time. Have you ever toured with any of those bands before, Red or Head or Icon for Hire?
We've toured with, I think first time we were in Europe was Korn took us in 2000.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. But then I'm good friends with Brian, and then we did last year's Rock Allegiance tour with about 9 different bands, and Red was one of the bands. That's the first time we really kind of hung out, met each other, and just became good friends.
Very cool, very cool. We have a lot to talk about with Sonny from P.O.D. They got a new album on the way, and we're going to be premiering the new video, so stick around. Sonny from P.O.D. has taken some time to join me on the show today via Skype. Let's talk about the new album, man. It's been a while since we've heard some new tunes from P.O.D., and slowly but surely, we're getting a song here and a song there. You got a new album coming out in July, so that's got to be exciting for you guys to get this new album out.
Yeah, super exciting, man. I mean, we put it out when we actually wanted to. It took a long hiatus. You know, I've heard from a lot of the rock and roll bands on tour that's rock and roll suicide to take 5 years off out of this business. But you know what, man, for me, it started to become work, and it just became, you know, just this monotonous thing over and over again, you know. And even my, you know, my Christian walk it just becomes lame. You know what I mean? It becomes routine. And so for me, I just had to stop and come home, and in my heart of hearts, I'd really put down P.O.D. You know, I just wanted to make sure that I was locked in with my family, with my kids, and not just believe I was saved because I said a prayer so many years ago, but I just had to sit at the feet of God. And when I felt it was time to make some music and get back out there, and I was strong enough to do that, that's exactly what happened. And I'm so proud of this record. It's by far probably my favorite record we've done in almost 20 years.
Man, that's incredible. I know that a lot of people that have heard the new music on radio, you have been blown away. They say this is the reinvention of P.O.D.
Awesome.
They're really, really digging it. So tell me a little bit about the Headspace you were in over the last 5 years on hiatus and working on this new album. What was that like?
You know, man, I had canceled a huge tour in Europe, and, you know, just got back from like South and Central America, and I just needed to go home, like I said, and clear my head and just make sure that I was, you know, I wanted to be in the presence of God. You know what I mean? It just gets so crazy out there, and P.O.D. became such a business and a brand that you're going through so many things, but you never stop because this is your work. You know, you keep playing show after show. And so for me, just wanted to come home and just try to figure it out. You know, I wasn't born and raised a Christian. It's like I've been trying to figure out this Christianity thing, you know, for almost 20 years. And
right.
And in trying to do that, it was more like it just gets so confused. And so I just wanted to make sure that I was, you know, where God wanted me to be. And I was able to do a lot of charity stuff and work with a lot of different ministries. And, you know, I did the whole behind the church thing and the pastor conference thing. And it was just like, in my in my heart, I felt God just saying, like, you know, what are you doing? I've already given you a platform. You need to go out into the world and be a light. And so, you know, I'm back with my brothers, and we're not perfect, but you know, I know we love God, and we like to see people get saved and see people's lives change. And so we gather all the strength that we can and put it together in one pot and try to do that.
That's awesome, man. All right, we got Sonny from P.O.D. on the show. We're going to talk more about that new album coming up. Don't go anywhere. Hey, welcome back. You're watching TVU's Most Wanted. Sonny from P.O.D. is joining me via Skype. Let's talk about the sound of this new record. You had some time off, then you spent a lot of time writing and recording, I'm sure. So tell me what we can expect from Murdered Love.
You know what, man? I think it's a collaboration of just 20 years of doing this. You know, we've always incorporated, you know, the hip hop rhyme style. We've always been heavy with punk and hardcore influences, but at the same time, you know, there's beautiful moments. And so there's a lot of heavy times, and there's some really nice, beautiful breakdowns. But it's us doing what we're comfortable doing. And I don't think there's not a song on this record that we wouldn't enjoy playing live. You know, a lot of times you just write music to fill up a record, or you're so caught up in the industry and what's hot on radio and whatever's going on. And it's like, we got away from all that, and we wrote the record that, you know, we wanted to write. And so, you know, we're all excited about it, and it's going over well on the live shows, and it's just fun, man. It feels like 20 years ago.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, we have the brand new video for Lost and Forever. Let's get to that premiere, and then when we come back, we'll talk to Sonny about that. Brand new music, a brand new video from P.O.D. That is Lost in Forever, the world premiere on TVU's Most Wanted. Stellar track and a stellar video. Where did you guys shoot that?
That was the middle of nowhere here in right outside of LA, California.
Okay.
Just, where a lot of dirt bikes and kind of, you know, campers go out, and it was a nice, cool area. We wanted it to feel like we were on some other planet.
It definitely looked that way, and I will tell you that you guys were playing like it was a real live show, but you were dressed like it was 40 degrees outside. That looked like it would be incredibly hot. Was that the case?
You know what? The sun was still warm, but it was still cold and windy out there. So, you know, we had to bundle up a little bit.
Okay. All right. Not too bad. I was just thinking, man, like they are really dressed like it's freezing out there, but it looks so much warmer than you are dressed. That's a sweet video, though. If you guys want to vote for that one, you can do that at TVUlive.com. So the brand new album is coming out July 10th. Yes, that's Murdered Love.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we got the new video. What else is coming up for P.O.D.? What's around the corner?
We're doing a bunch of one-offs and flyouts, and then I know when the record comes out, we'll probably be doing the TV appearances, but we're actually on the Uproar tour starting in August and September, and I believe it's coming through Ohio, and we'll be out there. Yeah, it's an amazing tour. It's got like Shinedown, Stain, Papa Roach, bunch of bands, and I believe for the first time ever, I was looking at the list, 1,000 Foot Crutch is on there, which was actually a shock to me. So I'm stoked to hang out with those guys and meet them, because now here we are together on this huge rock and roll tour, and we get to break bread while we're out there.
Yeah, right on, man. That's awesome. You said that's August, September, or September, October? What was it you said?
August, September, yeah.
Okay. August, September. So the question is, do you guys tweet? Do you Facebook? Do you post online? How do fans keep up?
Definitely, man. We're old school, but we're trying to keep up with this youngsters game. You know what I mean? So if you go to our website, you can connect with, you know, the Twitters and all that stuff. And we're trying to stay up on that stuff. And it's nice to, you know, stay in connection, because I use it mostly when people write in, just say, hey, man, I'm going through this, or I saw you guys. And then, you know, you can write back cool little things of encouragement, and it's cool. It's one-on-one.
Very cool. Well, Sonny, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time, man. Really, really appreciate that.